Beyond the Gates spoilers for Wednesday, September 17th indicate Anita Dupree will come up with a game-changer of a move, while Andre Richardson will be stunned when a bombshell is dropped on him. It sounds like Ashley Morgan will fill him in on her plans to marry Derek Balding. Although Ashley and Andre agreed that they were better apart than together, hearing that the one that got away has decided to start a new life with her firefighter ex-boyfriend will likely hit the freelance photographer hard. Will he end up turning to Danny Dupree for a steam sesh to ease his ego? Across town, BTG spoilers imply that Hayley Hamilton will launch a sizzling plan of seduction to get Bill Hamilton jealous. Last week, Hayley reached her limit of playing second fiddle to Danny and the rest of the Dupree family, so she came up with a nifty plan to give Bill a taste of his own medicine. Hayley decided to use Tomas Navarro as a pawn in her jealousy game, and it sounds like the young lawyer will fall right into her trap. She'll dabble in some flirty during the September 17th episode with Tomas, just as Bill walks in to catch the two in a close moment. The idea is a good one, except Bill can be a dangerous man. Will he lash out at poor Tomas, or hatch a plan of his own to run his associate out of Fairmont Crest? Bill doesn't seem like the type of man who would remotely entertain the idea of an employee being inappropriate with his wife. In other news, Anita will propose an innovative idea for Catherine, Kat Richardson, and Chelsea Hamilton. As fans know, poor Chelsea is still healing from being kidnapped by her stalker, Allison. Chelsea was so traumatized by the incident, she swore she was going to delete all social media. Still, the original business plan for the Chelsea Cat purse brand centered around Chelsea using her social media following to garner sales. Of course, Kat wants her cousin to feel safe, but no social media for Chelsea would also mean their purse line could tank. Beyond the Gates spoilers note that it sounds like Anita will have the perfect solution and compromise that will satisfy Chelsea's need to feel secure with her social media, but also ensure that Chelsea Cat will succeed in its mission to bring on those revenue numbers. Even as Nicole and Anita are literally discussing Leslie finding new ways to screw them over, the woman in question is, well, she's waking up in Ted's bed and suggesting they go for round 2. Unaware of Ted's latest failing as a husband, Nicole admits that she's thinking about giving him a second chance. Anita asks if her daughter really wants to reunite with him, or are you just afraid of what's next without him? As she's pondering if they really have to part because of a mistake, Ted, having booted Leslie, is looking at pictures of happier times. With his wife, to be clear, not his mistress. Eva knocks on the door, and Ted hushes his lover, who wants to tell their daughter they're back together. But he makes it clear to Leslie, "You're not my woman, and I'm not your man." He's going to fight for Nicole, and I'm just some little messy side piece for you? Essentially, yes, but what Ted seems to forget is with whom he's dealing. Does anyone think Leslie won't run directly to Nicole to spill this hot tea all over the place? Despite her best efforts, things are not going well for June at Orphe Jeans. But there might be light on the horizon for her, given that daughter Sam wants to get to know June better, even over Tyrell's extremely vocal objections. Sam tries to explain that she's a girl living in a house full of guys, and she needs a woman's perspective. By episode's end, June is getting better at her job, and Sam is arranging for them to spend time together. Fresh from Ted's bed, Leslie meets Eva at the country club for breakfast. While it seems as if Mom is going to keep her lip zipped, that proves untrue when she explains exactly why Ted didn't answer the door when Eva knocked. Ticked at her father, Eva pays him a visit. Although he's surprised that she knows what went down, Eva admits, "I'm surprised she hasn't made it a reel yet." Ultimately, Eva calls him more reckless than Leslie, because Ted knows better, whereas her mom is a loose cannon. Worse, Ted just reset her crazy button. At the country club, Anita and Nicole run into Leslie. They wonder how she's dealing with having had her membership revoked. Turns out that despite Vernon's best efforts, Leslie's still a member. How? By offering to build the club a new sports facility. Leslie's about to walk out when she pulls a Columbo move, stopping just shy of saying, "Oh, one more thing." She pulls out Ted's tie and asks Nicole to return it to him before strutting out like the proverbial cat who ate the canary. Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates on Wednesday, September 17th, 2025. Hayley feels pushed aside by her husband, Bill, and believes he still holds a candle for his ex, Danny Dupree. To stop this spiraling, she fancies herself a bit of an expert on the way to a man's heart. And in Wednesday's episode, Hayley hatches a seductive plan to spark some jealousy in Bill. Hayley has been working closely with Tomas, and by getting Bill jealous of her affection towards another, she thinks she can turn Bill's attention back onto her. In one way, she is correct. Bill will indeed turn his focus onto her, but maybe just not in the way that she desires. And poor Tomas, this can't end well. Ashley still hasn't gotten a yes out of Derek regarding her proposal, and she's not about to give up. There are so many things going wrong right now. Derek not mentioning that he can feel his legs, and Ashley seems to only think of Derek as someone she needs to look out for and protect. Is this really what Ashley wants? In Wednesday's episode, Ashley drops an unexpected bombshell on Andre. The triangle between Ashley, Andre, and Danny isn't truly over yet, not by a long shot. Chelsea decided she wanted to delete all her social media accounts in the wake of her kidnapping and rescue, noting the dangers of social media and the public. With social media now being removed from the equation, Chelsea Cat will need to find new ways to gain exposure and drive sales, keeping their name at the tip of everyone's mind. In Wednesday's episode, Anita proposes a game-changing idea to help Cat and Chelsea. Stay tuned, soap fans. More craziness and soapiness are about to push through the gates of Fairmont Crest. Leslie and Ted hooked up, and that's got to have some fallout. But will Ted care anymore? Or will he have done the one thing that cannot ever be forgiven? Don't miss a moment. The Beyond the Gates, spoilers for Wednesday, September 17th, 2025, suggest that Hayley's seduction plot might work after all. She ends up driving Bill wild, which is exactly what she wants to do. Hayley will create a new seductive plan that could make Bill jealous, and it looks like it could work. It didn't take long for Hayley to go back to her old ways. She feels overlooked lately, so she's trying to get his attention. Hayley seduces Tomas. According to this week's BTG preview, she lays it on thick as she tells Tomas that she's never seen this side of him before. Of course, Bill walks in and doesn't like what he sees. What will he do next? Or will things get even messier for this couple? Meanwhile, Ashley will drop an unexpected bombshell on Andre. She'll announce that she and Derek are getting married. Andre never saw this coming. Will he get jealous? Or will he go all in with his relationship with Danny? These two couples are going to try too hard to prove that they're happy. Anita has a game-changing idea that could help Kat and Chelsea. Chelsea wants to have some normalcy in her life, but it hasn't been easy. Thankfully, she has the support of her family. Anita's idea could help change things. However, it could also lead them down a path that could have serious consequences. Hopefully, this won't lead them into more trouble. Back in May, CBS renewed Beyond the Gates for a second season. As the show approaches this new season of episodes, creator, head writer, and executive producer Michelle Valjean revealed that she is focused on pushing boundaries while staying true to the heart of the genre. She also previewed what's coming up for the rookie soap. For Valjean, pushing boundaries means she will utilize whatever it takes, all the tools at her disposal, to take the show to the next level. We just want to keep it moving, keep it interesting, keep it flowing, surprising the audience, she recently told TV Insider. I see a lot of speculation online about where we're going, and it makes me smile, because a lot of the time, that's not where we're going. It sounds like unpredictability is everything to the EP. That might be why BTG cast Jacob Hawthorne's brother. So far, Jacob and his dad, Elon, have had some interaction. Jacob followed in his father's footsteps. Elon is currently the police chief, and Jacob is a rookie detective. Hopefully, with his other son's introduction, this means we'll see more of Elon outside the precinct. Actor David Lemmy Freeby takes on the role of Isaiah Hawthorne. He is not Jacob by any means, Valjean previewed. He's the black sheep of the family, but he got a hand up by somebody that will surprise you. On top of that, Isaiah will be a new love interest for one of our lucky ladies. He's going to be a counselor at Banneker, which is a university. So he'll be the door to open up that world to us, Valjean revealed. Valjean teased another casting nugget. although she didn't name any names. There's going to be another surprise down the road that soap fans will like. Other than that, expect BTG to bring all the soapy things: family secrets, unexpected terms, betrayals, surprises. For one, Anita's and Vernon's marriage may not be on solid footing. What does that mean? If the matriarch and patriarch can stumble, is anybody's relationship in the Dupree family safe? Meanwhile, Bill and Hayley's union is in trouble when a surprising familial connection to Hayley poses a threat to Bill. Finally, Vanessa's and Ashley's worlds come crashing down around them as lies and the death of a loved one change everything. Do you have any guesses about the other casting surprise? Who do you want to see on BTG? And who's dying? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Beyond the Gates weekly predictions look at Catherine "Cat" Richardson scheming, another wedding, and Vanessa McBride blindsided. Our very first prediction is that Madison and Chelsea Hamilton get married. Monday spoilers have Derek Baldwin considering a big decision since Ashley Morgan proposed to him on Friday. Then on Wednesday, Ashley drops a bombshell on Andre Richardson. And other spoilers for the week say one couple walks down the aisle while another gets close on vacation in Puerto Rico. I list all that because there's more than one couple that might be primed to get married. I suspect Ashley telling Andre she proposed to Derek might shock Andre into committing to Danny Dupree. They are a possibility, especially since they're talking about going to Vegas, which is the headquarters for runaway elopements. It could be, though, that Ashley wants to marry Derek ASAP, but I feel like he'd want to wait until he's back on his feet since he's getting feeling in his legs back. The reason I'm thinking that it might be Madison and Chelsea that are the couple that gets married is how traumatized Chelsea is that Allison forced that wedding ceremony on her. And then Allison tried to force herself on her. When Chelsea was telling Madison that Allison forced her to marry her, Madison said, "No, Chelsea, you're not married to her. Nothing about that was okay. It wasn't real." I feel like Madison could suggest to Chelsea that they should really get married to erase that other fake wedding that she's so upset about. Give her a new memory to replace it. Plus, since Madison and Chelsea went from a couple of dates and some hot nookie to "I love you" really fast, I could see them walking down the aisle really fast as well. Imagine how insane Allison would go if she found out Chelsea married Madison if she ever broke out of prison. Allison would come for them both, and that would be a very compelling prediction. Kat sets up Eva Thomas again. On Thursday, Tomas Tom Navarro has big plans for a romantic evening with Kat. He's promised to figure out that he'll find her magic button. But we'll see. Last week, we had Tomas calling Kat a mean girl for the way that she was speaking to her sister Eva, and just the whole reminder that she's family really bothered Kat. But then she circled back around to Orphe Jeans to talk to Tomas. If you remember, when she came in, Eva and Tomas were hand in hand. This week, there are also some spoilers that hint Dana Leslie Thomas might have her wicked way and get Dr. Ted Richardson back in her bed. Kat's holding out hope that her mom, Dr. Nicole Dupree Richardson, and dad Ted are going to reunite. I think that Kat's jealousy about Tomas and Eva, and also finding out about Leslie, is getting close to Ted, which also means Eva will be closer to Ted, is just going to push Kat off the deep end where she always makes bad decisions. She did this when Eva came to work for Ted at the office, and Kat decided to let his certification lapse intentionally to make Eva look bad. I could see Kat doing something similar again. It made her look twice as bad to Ted because Eva didn't rat her out even when she knew. When Kat pulls stunts like this, I feel like karma balances that checkbook for her. But I don't think she's going to stop. I also think that Tomas and Ted, neither one, are going to let Kat off the hook if she does Eva dirty this way again, because neither of them are very impressed with the antics. They keep telling her to stop it, but she's just giving mean girl every time her sister is around, which, to be fair, is obviously understandable. Our third prediction: Leslie gets her dream house and her teddy bear. Last week, Leslie was so upset that Ted played that trick on her, saying he would give her Nicole's house. Ted thought he had really done a good thing and was going to impress the Duprees by stopping Leslie from moving in across the street from Vernon Dupree and Anita Dupree. But then Leslie went and told Vanessa to offer the homeowners double. I bet that's going to work. Then, of course, the Duprees all aligned against Ted. Monday, Ted is still very upset about how the Duprees treated him, all of them pulling out money to bet on him and Nicole. As this week starts, Eva's with her dad. She sees how upset he is. He's at a low point. This week in the promo, unless Ted is having some sort of insane nightmare, he wakes up in bed with Leslie. I don't know, maybe he has a few too many drinks when he's upset because he looks horrified about it. On Tuesday, Leslie gets one up on the Duprees. That's another spoiler for the week. With all these spoilers, I feel like Leslie is about to get a lot of what she wants, including the house across the street from Vernon and Anita, and getting Ted back in bed. He was sleeping with Leslie when he and were still together, and very much in love, but going through those infertility issues. If Ted is at a low point and feels like the Duprees are rejecting him, I think he's ripe for the plucking. And Leslie might actually have a chance at reeling him back in. Our fourth prediction, Tomas disappoints Kat in bed again. Last week, Tomas was talking to Kat about how he hasn't given up on rocking her world. He's going to figure out the problem. Thursday spoilers have Tomas making big plans for a romantic evening with Kat on Beyond the Gates. I suspect Tomas is not going to rock Kat's world. I think this is going to be the third strike for him. Kat is super spoiled, super selfish. I feel like maybe it's not Tomas. Maybe she's just a pillow princess or something like that. What would be really interesting is if Kat walks away from Tomas because she thinks he is a dud and not a stud. And then Tomas sleeps with Eva and totally rocks her world. Can you imagine Kat hearing from Eva how hot Tomas is in bed, and that he kept her up all night with thrills and chills and big O's? Kat would blow an absolute gasket. Our fifth and final prediction, Joey wants Vanessa all to himself. Last week, Doug was talking to Randy, who said, "I'm done. I'm out. I'm not going to mess around with ratting Joey out to the cops." Clearly, Randy has some common sense and a sense of self-preservation that his friend Doug does not have. Thursday's spoilers have Doug thinking he has a way to make Joey pay for what he has done. That same day, Vanessa is stunned by an offer that Joey makes her. On Friday, Vanessa sees Bill Hamilton and Joey with their heads together, and she wants to know what is going on. I feel like Vanessa has really gotten under Joey's skin. No matter what the risk, I think he wants her all to himself. I think he doesn't want to be Vanessa's side piece like all the other guys that she's banged. What's funny is Doug didn't seem to care when Vanessa was sleeping with her personal trainer or male escorts. His only issue was when she started to sleep with Joey to save his butt. Very clearly, Doug is finally jealous and threatened. I think that in the end, Joey is going to want Vanessa all to himself. He may even offer to pay Doug off just to go away. I think it would be really interesting if this is what Joey wants, because I think in a lot of ways, what Vanessa wants is to be really wanted by somebody, and by somebody she can respect, which clearly she doesn't respect Doug. Beyond the Gates, weekly spoilers for September 15th through the 19th. See Dana, Leslie Thomas getting involved with somebody, and Hayley Lawson plotting with another man. On Monday, September 15th, it's Season 1, Episode 129 of Beyond the Gates, and Vernon Dupree has to deal with an interloper. Is it Leslie again? Is she back over there to tell them she is determined to get that house after Dr. Ted Richardson tricked her out of buying it? Plus, Derek Baldwin has a big decision about his future. Ashley Morgan has proposed to him, and spoilers say that a couple gets married this week. So, will it be Ashley and Derek? Will they fast-track from proposal to marriage? Or will Derek tap the brakes because he doesn't want to commit to Ashley until he knows that he can be on his feet again, as he's starting to get a little sensation back? We'll see. Eva Thomas is rocked to see her father in a lot of distress. Ted is quite upset and opens up to Eva about the whole thing with the Dupree pulling out money and taking bets on him, and Dr. Nicole Dupree Richardson. He just feels like an outsider in the family that he thought was his for so long. Of course, Bill Hamilton kind of feels the same way, but they still need Bill around to fix stuff for them. Plus, June has a new job and a lot of self-doubts to go with it, and I'm sure she's going to get lots of encouragement. Anita Dupree and Nicole toast each other this week, thinking that they have stopped Leslie from moving into the neighborhood. They think she's not going to get beyond the gates, but boy, do they have a bad read on that. I think Fairmont Crest is not going to be able to escape Leslie. Tuesday, September 16th, is Season 1, Episode 130 of Beyond the Gates, and Nicole debates how she has treated Ted. Granted, he did a bad thing, but my gosh, he did it 2 decades ago, and I don't think he's been out there cheating. He's not been like Bill, you know? He's not been like Vanessa McBride, who's out with everybody. I wonder if she's just been rethinking not necessarily the divorce, but just throwing things in his face constantly instead of trying to be amicable. Meanwhile, Ted deals with an unwelcome reality check. In the promo this week, Leslie and Ted are in bed. Now, maybe he's having one heck of a nightmare because she is going to stop by his place, and there's a little flirty stuff going on. Or maybe Ted is at such a low point because of what happened with the Dupree that he lets Leslie into his sheets. That would be such a huge mistake. Tyrell and Samantha clash, and that leaves Bradley Smitty Smith and Martin Richardson to deal with the fallout. I wonder if Tyrell is giving Samantha a hard time because of the stuff going on between her and the boy. Smitty tells Martin that the moment they just had showed him the man he fell in love with. Martin is asking Smitty if that's not enough. Let's be fair, Martin is making progress. He got Smitty into bed this past week. While he was a little too eager to think he was going to get off the couch, I think he just needs to keep showing up. And everything's going to work out. Leslie one-ups Andre Richardson. She told Vanessa to bid double on the house across the street. So, I wonder if Leslie got it. Naomi Hamilton Hawthorne and Jacob Hawthorne help out a friend, and I wonder if it's going to be June. On Wednesday, September 17th, it's Season 1, Episode 131. Of Beyond the Gates, Hayley is feeling very put out about Bill. He has been over there with the Dupree, acting like he's still family, acting like he's still Danny Dupree's husband. There's been a lot of touchy-feely stuff between Bill and Danny, and Hayley has felt pushed aside. So she wants Bill to feel the same kind of jealousy she is feeling. She hatches this little plan. Hayley has Tom Navarro come over to the house when she knows Bill's going to be coming home. Hayley is sitting really close to Tomas and talking about how she's never seen this side of him before and how much Hayley really likes it. Of course, it's timed perfectly for Bill to come in and to see the lawyer who works for him there with his wife. It's going to get messy, but I don't know that Hayley's actually going to get the reaction from Bill that she's hoping for. He may see straight through her. I don't know. Generally, he does not, so maybe he will fall for it. Ashley drops a bombshell on Andre. And I wonder if she is going to tell him that she is engaged, or at least tell him that she proposed to Derek. I wonder if this may have Andre also having second thoughts. Anita has a game-changing idea that she thinks will help Catherine "Cat" Richardson and Chelsea Hamilton. Of course, Kat's worried about Chelsea, who wants to quit social media when that could basically collapse their whole business. On Thursday, September 18th, it's Season 1, Episode 132 of Beyond the Gates, and Tomas has big plans for a romantic evening with Kat. Tomas knows that Kat thinks he's a dud in the bedroom. She hasn't said it quite like that, but he is quite determined to find that magic spot. But we'll see if this whole evening is going to be hot or not. Andre has a mysterious challenge for Danny. Andre wants to take Danny away on a surprise romantic trip. He writes down 2 locations and lets her pick a piece of paper. She chooses Vegas, but they might end up in Puerto Rico instead. We'll see. Vanessa gets an offer from Joey Armstrong that completely stuns her. Doug thinks he has a way to make Joey pay for everything he has done. Of course, I do know Joey obviously took advantage of Doug's addictions, but come on, somebody else would have done it if not for Joey. Because Doug is a gambling addict who wasn't keeping a close enough eye on his wife. Friday, September 19th, is Season 1, Episode 133 of Beyond the Gates. We've got Nicole quite upset by something she finds out. It could be 2 things. 1, that Leslie got the house and is moving in across the street from her parents, or 2, that Leslie got in bed with her teddy bear. Nicole sent divorce papers. I would definitely consider Ted single based on the actions. Still, if Ted really did let Leslie into his bed and Nicole finds out, she is going to lose her ever-loving mind. The whole family will. Anita and Vernon are increasingly worried about what's going on with their family. It's like one crisis after another, almost like they're on a soap opera or something. Vanessa sees Bill and Joey plotting, and she demands to know what is going on. Plus, Leslie goes looking for information about her mother, Barbara. We have a romantic couple enjoying a vacation in Puerto Rico this week. We also are supposed to have a Ridge Forrester crossover from Bold and the Beautiful, with him running into Danny.